If it wasn't for the Most High who was on my side, man, ain't no telling where I'd be.
Mr. Wilson would've known.
Can't nobody tell me nothing different. The Father's been good to me.
So good to me.
Yeah. Wave your hands if you feel me. I'm a witness. Yahweh's been good to me.
So good to me.
Every morning that I rise, I thank Yahweh that I'm living. Keep my enemies at bay and never leave without my fringes. 1611 with me cause I'm on a mission. Talking sheep, I pay the cost, me and my lines really live it. I don't need no glory, you don't have to know my story. Glad I made it out this world cause this world was never for me. I thought that I was. If it wasn't for the Most High who was on my side, man, ain't no telling where I'd be.
Mr. Wilson would've known.
Can't nobody tell me nothing different. The Father's been good to me.
So good to me.
Yeah. Wave your hands if you feel me. I'm a witness. Yahweh's been good to me.
So good to me.
Every morning that I rise, I thank Yahweh that I'm living. Keep my enemies at bay and never leave without my fringes. 1611 with me cause I'm on a mission. Talking sheep, I pay the cost, me and my lines really live it. I don't need no glory, you don't have to know my story. Glad I made it out this world cause this world was never for me. I thought that I was.
Greetings. I want to say shalom, shalom, which means peace in Hebrew. So peace to all the Israelites that are scattered abroad watching this live class tonight. The title of tonight's lesson is going to be Yahweh Tries the Righteous. Yahweh Tries the Righteous. Before I move on, I forgot the name of the segment, which is Room 144. We do this every week, 7:30 p.m. sharp, most of the times. This is our opening Sabbath class for True Nation Israelite congregation. Please do not hesitate to comment, to like, and to share the class, all right? Once again, the title is Yahweh Tries the Righteous. Yahweh is the name of the only true and living God, okay? We know that the word God means power. God is a title, okay? But the word God means power. So Yahweh, we want to be specific on the God that we're talking about, okay? So he's the God of the Israelites, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That's who we made the covenants with, all right? So Yahweh Tries the Righteous. When I saw this title, I was like, woo. Because it's a situation where when you're walking in this walk of faith as an Israelite, you already understand exactly what it's talking about when you hear this title. So we're going to deal with the word try. Try, okay? So before I go into the concordance and things of that nature, even on a street level, okay, our people used to have situations to where we protected our communities, all right? And now you have the Bloods and the Crips and, you know, a gangbanging community, which we're out here destroying ourselves. The Most High does not approve of that. I don't approve of that. I don't condone that, and neither should you. But before it was what it is now, the term Crip meant community restoration in progress. That was before we got destroyed and started gangbanging and killing each other. We were actually protecting our communities and protecting our people. So it meant then community restoration in progress. But now you fast forward, we're destroyed people. They call it gangbanging. We're blooded and cripping, and even in that community, they try each other or they test each other to see if you're a real one or to see if you're worthy of being from the set or the hood or this gang. Well, guess what? The Most High, he does the same thing in a righteous way, though. The scriptures tell us to prove all things, right? And that's generally speaking. But it gets even more detailed than that, all right? So 1 Thessalonians 5, I believe it's 5 and 21, it tells us to prove all things, right? And then even in the Apocrypha, it tells us that we shouldn't be ignorant of any matter, right? Although we may not know everything, we should know a little bit of something about mostly everything. Understand? Con. The scriptures also tell us to study to show ourselves approved, and I can keep going on and going on. But here's the thing. The Most High has tried you. He even tried our forefathers and our ancestors, and we're going to get that in the book of Deuteronomy chapter 8 real quick. So let's go there. Deuteronomy chapter 8, and let's read 1 and 2.
Right now.
Go ahead.
All the commandments which I command thee this day shall you observe to do, that ye may live and multiply.
See, so, hey, there's some instruction right there. The Most High, he's telling the children of Israel, look, all of these laws and commandments that I command you to do, right, that I'm giving you as a people and as a nation for your good, I have instruction for you. I don't need it to go through one ear and out the other. I need you to actually perform and do these things, right? And it tells us the reason why, that ye may what?
That ye may live.
That ye may what?
That you may live.
See, I told you it's for our own good. Not that you may die, but that ye may live. Not just live now, but live forevermore. All right? Because we all want the kingdom of heaven. We all want immortality. We all want eternal life. All right? So that ye may live and do what?
And multiply.
See, because when you teach these laws and commandments to your children, they have a better chance of faring off and having a more fruitful life even when we pass away, because we've given them something, all right? And we've given them something more valuable than assets or money or property, right? We've given them our heritage, all right? We've given them the ways of our forefathers, all right? Which has allowed them to have favor with the Most High God, and for even some to be called friends of the Most High God, right? So for us to multiply and have children and teach them the laws as well, continue reading.
And go in and possess the land which the Lord sware unto your fathers.
See, because that's the ultimate goal, to get back to that land, to get back to the place on earth where the Most High put his name, Elder. Does that make sense? To go back to the beginning where it all started, right? The place where we were ousted, all right? The place where we faced to pray to the east. That land, the most fruitful land, the most fertile land in all the world, right? Back to Yerushalayim, Jerusalem. Read verse 2.
And thou shalt remember all the way which the Lord thy God led thee these 40 years in the wilderness.
See, so we're supposed to remember these stories in the Bible, all right? We're supposed to remember how our people suffered, all right, in Egypt, under Pharaoh, during that hard bondage and all of these things and all of these taskmasters that were over us. We're supposed to remember those times. Go ahead and read.
To humble thee.
To do what?
To humble thee.
To make sure you're humble, because a lot of our people still have a problem with pride. But to humble thee and what?
And to prove thee.
That's what I wanted to get. To do what?
To prove thee.
To prove thee. All right? And we're going to get some more wordplay and other synonyms for you to understand the word try. But to prove thee and what else?
And to know what was in thine heart.
To know how you're thinking, to know what's in your mind, because the Most High, he created us. Not only does he know the number of hairs on our heads, right, but he knows what you're thinking. He knows your strengths, and he also knows your weaknesses. But go ahead.
Whether thou wouldest keep his commandments or no.
See, and that's the main thing. Will this man keep my commandments? Will this Israelite woman keep my commandments? Will this family keep my commandments? Will this child keep my commandments. That's what the Most High wants to know through all and all, right? So while you're being tempted and proven and all of these things, right, it's a purpose behind it. A lot of the times our minds go astray and we always think judgment. We always think the worst, right? It's not always bad. Sometimes it's a good thing, but your mind has to be in the right place. Now let's go back. I want you to read the definition of try, right? Because the title of the lesson is Yahweh tries the righteous. Why would he try the righteous? Let's see. So I want you, I have it right here. So don't worry about the scripture, but just go ahead and read each one. So to try means to do what?
To test.
To test. To test. That makes sense, doesn't it? I got to test it out. I got to see the functionality of what I'm dealing with. I got to see how you handle pressure. I got to see you at your best. I got to see you at your worst. I got to know what you're made of. All right? So what else is it?
To prove.
So to try means to test or to do what?
To prove.
I got to prove you. Just like we read in the book of Deuteronomy 8:1-2. The Most High had to try the children of Israel. He had to test them. He had to prove them to see if they would keep his commandments under all circumstances. Not just when it's a beautiful sunny day outside, all right? Not when all is going well. Not just when you got money in your pocket. Not when the marriage is going perfectly and beautifully, right? But what about the bad times? What about when you're in doubt? What about when you're in fear? All right? What about when things are just going wrong? These are situations that are going to happen in life, right? The Most High, he's dealing with balance. So there's going to be some good. There's going to be some so-called bad. There's going to be ups. There's going to be downs. All right? But the kicker to all of these things is how are you going to handle the situation? How are you going to handle the pressure? How are you going to react? All right? So to test, to prove, and to do what?
To tempt.
Right. Not to tempt you to do evil, but to see how you respond to temptation. Okay? Again, the Most High tempts no one to do evil, but this word temptation has to do with adversity. How you handle adversity. That's the temptation that we're talking about. Read.
To inspect.
To do what?
To inspect.
The Most High, he's trying the righteous and he's looking down and he's inspecting. He's inspecting. Have you ever worked in a warehouse? Yes. Have you ever worked on an assembly line?
Yes.
And things have to go through inspection before they get shipped out? And his job is to inspect this item. All the pens he's supposed to inspect. All the phones that come by me in this assembly line, I'm supposed to inspect to make sure the functionality is there, to make sure that they're working. All right? Right? Yeah. That's what the Most High is doing to the righteous. I was listening to a class last night, and it was a beautiful analogy about how the Most High looks down on the righteous and how we're supposed to be the light. We're the salt of the earth and we're the light in darkness, right? So us being lights, you know how you on an airplane and you're coming and you're about to land. How many of y'all been on an airplane at nighttime and you about to land and they let you know to fasten your seatbelt, we're going to touch down in 20 or 15 minutes. We will be descending slowly, and you're coming back to L.A., and you look out, and you see all of these lights. All right? That's how the Most High is looking down at the righteous man and the righteous woman and the righteous child, right? Dealing with the Israelites. All right? Some people have a greater light than others, but make sure your light is shining. make sure your light isn't dim. All right? Make sure that you're visible to the Most High. Make sure that we're doing what we're supposed to be doing. All right? So back to the word try. It's to test, to prove, to tempt, to inspect. Go ahead.
To investigate.
To investigate. The women know what I'm talking about because the Most High has given them a natural ability to investigate. Right, ladies? A lot of y'all are just natural private investigators. And if you don't got to act right, they know. Right? All right? To investigate or to do what?
To scrutinize.
See, the Most High, he's scrutinizing your walk. He's scrutinizing your walk. He's looking at how you move, every detail. He knows if you're getting better. He knows if you're getting worse. He knows everything about you. He knows if you're trying to play games. And he knows if you're sincere and you're humble. What's the last one?
And then to examine.
To examine. 2 Corinthians 13:5. What we should all be doing on a daily basis. Looking ourselves in the mirror, right? Whether it be on a spiritual level or on a natural level. All right? But examining yourself to see if you are really in the faith. That's something that we should be doing on an everyday basis. So these are all the synonyms and the words that go along with try. All right? And again, the title of the lesson is YHWH tries the righteous. So the Most High, man, he's looking down, and he has an expectation for us to get it. Yeah, not for us to, drag along. And no, it's an expectation, even as a coach that has players, all right? Coaches take pride when players develop, all right? There's a certain level of development and cultivation that happens when one practices the way that they should, all right? And there's a saying in the sports world that you play the way that you practice. So if you practice hard, you play hard. If you loaf off in practice, guess what? Don't be surprised if you have a subpar game, all right? So even in this truth, even in this walk, the Bible tells us that we need to be rehearsing or practicing the righteous acts, all right? We need to be getting ready for game time. Game time is the kingdom. So that's what we're getting for with all of these feasts. Making sure that you're practicing the fruits of the Spirit. Humbling down, being meek, and all of these things, right? It's for our own good. All right, so hopefully somebody got some understanding from that. Let's go to Psalms 11:5. The book of Psalms, chapter 11:5. And say shalom if you got it.
Shalom.
Okay, read verse 5.
The Lord trieth the righteous.
So stay right there. The Most High, YHWH, trieth the righteous. So you heard all of the synonyms. He's investigating us. He's scrutinizing us. All right, read on.
But the wicked and him that loveth violence, his soul hateth.
See, but on the other hand, when you're not doing what you're supposed to do as an Israelite, the Most High, he has no pleasure in you. All right? It says he hates the wicked, okay? He only takes pleasure in those that obey and those that want to do right, okay? Let's go to James 1:2. The book of James, chapter 1. And verse 12, excuse me. James 1:12. And this is just a reminder to those that we need to patiently suffer for righteousness' sake.
Blessed is the man that endureth temptation, for when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life.
Blessed is the man that endureth temptation or adversity or tribulation, Because what?
For when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life.
Because there's something on the other side. There's a reward. When he is tried, right, he shall receive the crown of life, everlasting life. Go ahead.
Which the Lord hath promised to them that love him.
And he promises that to those who endure to the end if we obey his laws and commandments. And that's directly for us, right? That's a beacon of light right there, that scripture. That's hope right there when I read that scripture. That's letting me know and confirming to me that the Most High, he's going to keep his word, right? The Most High God is not a man that he should lie. So go ahead and read that again, because somebody needs to hear this. Read on.
Blessed is the man that endureth temptation.
A lot of y'all going through some things right now, but the Bible just said what?
Blessed is the man that endureth temptation.
You want to be blessed? It said, blessed is a man that endureth adversity and tribulation. Go through it with joy and gladness. Because sometimes with joy, guess what, mama? There's also pain. Even if you got to cry your way through it, guess what? Make sure you get through it. You got a brotherhood. You got a sisterhood. More importantly than that, you got the Most High God himself, and you got Hamashiach Yahushai, whom the world calls Jesus Christ, on your side. How can you not win? Okay? So blessed is the man that endureth temptation. Read.
For when he is tried.
When?
When.
That sounds like it's going to happen to each and every one of us. It's going to happen. It's bound to happen. Even if it hasn't happened to you yet, it's going to happen. So don't be surprised. Don't be dismayed. The Bible just said when. That means it's coming. But go ahead.
When he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life, which the Lord hath promised to them that love him.
Right. So we got a crown on the other side of this pain. All right? And all we got to do is just hang in there. And I know it's easier said than done. Bishop Barnyag, man, come on, man. Like, you probably ain't never been through nothing like this. Look, I may haven't been through exactly what you're going through right now, but guess what? The Bible tells us that no temptation in the Bible has overtaken anybody or is not common to man. What does that mean? It means that somebody has been through what you're going through, and they were able to survive it if they trusted in the Most High. All right? A lot of these situations we're able to look at when the Most High brings us through the other side, and we're able to look back and reflect, and we say, you know what? I don't even know how I got through that. And the thing about it is we do this time and time again. We do this on a yearly basis. If not once or twice a year, 3 to 5 times a year. The Most High brings you out, and then he does it again, and then he does it again, and then he does it again. But somehow we forget that the Most High does what he does. We're supposed to remember those times, okay? Let me get the book of Genesis chapter 37. So just remember that your world isn't falling apart. It's actually coming together. You're supposed to be tried. You're supposed to be tested. You're supposed to go through the fire, all right? And that's why the Most High Yahweh, he tries the righteous. Genesis chapter 37. Just go ahead and start reading. How many of y'all familiar with Joseph? Kind. So we're gonna let me get there real quick. Yeah, you can go ahead and start reading.
Verse 1 says, And Jacob dwelt in the land wherein his father was a stranger, in the land of Canaan. These are the generations of Jacob. Joseph, being 17 years old, was feeding the flock with his brethren, and the lad was with the sons of Bilhah and with the sons of Zilpah, his father's wives. And Joseph brought unto his father their evil report.
Right. So we got Joseph right here, youngster, youngin' in the family, 17 years old, feeding the flock with his brethren, with his family, right? And an evil report was come of his brethren. Okay, go ahead and read.
Now Israel loved Joseph more than all his children.
Stop right there. So we got to remember in the book of Genesis chapter 32, Jacob is the father of the 12 sons, right? He had 12 sons. His name was changed to Israel, all right? Y'all remember that? Okay, so now read verse 3 again.
Now Israel loved Joseph more than all his children.
So Jacob, which is now called Israel, he loved Joseph more than all his other children. Go ahead and read.
Because he was the son of his old age, and he made him a coat of many colors.
Right. So he said, you know what, man, this is my youngster right here. And if you're a parent and you got a youngster, you know how it is, man. You know, we love all of our children, but it's something special about that youngster. That youngster gets protected, and, you know, a lot of the times he's able to kind of maneuver out of things that the other older brothers and sisters say, hey, man, if that was me, you know, I would have got plopped over the head. I would have got my behind beat. But we have that affinity with the youngest, huh? Go ahead and read.
And when his brethren saw that their father loved him more than all his brethren, they hated him.
They did what?
They hated him.
Uh-huh.
And could not speak peaceably unto him.
Man, they got jealous. Their pops loved him more than them. But go ahead, read.
And Joseph dreamed a dream, and he told it to his brethren, and they hated him yet the more.
They said, man, he telling dreams now. I already hate that little man. Pops giving them favor and stuff. Now he's dreaming. Go ahead and read.
And he said unto them, hear, I pray you, this dream which I have dreamed. For behold, we were binding sheaves in the field, and lo, my sheaf arose, and also stood up upright. And behold, your sheaf stood around about and made obeisance to my sheaf.
So he said, look, man, I had a dream, and we were in the field, and we were binding the bundles, right? And he said, my bundle or my sheaf rose up, right, and stood upright. And behold, he said, yours, speaking of the rest of his brethren, the other 11, he said, your sheaf stood round about mine. So as mine stood upright, yours made obeisance to mine. Yours kind of fell down, all right? Yours didn't stand upright like mine, all right? Go ahead and read.
And his brethren said to him, shalt thou indeed reign over us?
They said, what? So what does this mean? Are you going to rule over us? Read on.
Or shalt thou indeed have dominion over us? And they hated him yet the more for his dreams and for his words.
Read.
And he dreamed yet another dream and told it to his brethren and said, behold, I've dreamed a dream more.
He said, you know what? I got another dream. Read on.
And behold, the sun and the moon and the 11 stars made obeisance to me.
So he said the sun, which is a representation of his father, right? And the moon is a representation of his mother, right? And the 11 stars are a representation of the 11 brothers that he has, right? Go ahead and read.
My bad. Oh, made obeisance to me and told it to his father and to his brethren, and his father rebuked him. And said,
his father did what?
He rebuked him.
Uh-huh.
And said unto him, what is this dream that thou hast dreamed?
So Pop said, hold on. The first dream didn't relate to me. It was you, you know, in relation to your brethren. All of a sudden, you trying to add me in there? Right? Go ahead.
Shall I and thy mother and thy brethren indeed come to bow down ourselves to thee, to the earth?
So we going to all serve you? What you talking about, son? Go ahead.
And his brethren envied him, but his father observed the same.
Right. So his father just remembered it, right? Because he's wise enough. But go ahead, read.
And his brethren went to feed their father's flock in Shechem. And Israel said unto Joseph, do not thy brethren feed the flock in Shechem? Come, I will send thee unto them. And he said to him, here I am.
Right. So he made himself available because his father, right, Israel or Jacob, wanted him to go with his brethren. Go ahead.
And he said to him, go, I pray thee, see whether it will be well with thy brethren and well with the flocks, and bring me word again. So he sent him out of the vale of Hebron, and he came to Shechem.
Right. So go with your brothers and, Give me a report. Let me know what's going on. Go ahead.
And a certain man found him, and behold, he was wandering in the field. And the man asked him, saying, What seekest thou?
Right. The man that found him, he said, what are you doing? Where are you going? Go ahead.
And he said, I seek my brethren. Tell me, I pray thee, where they feed their flocks. And the man said, They are departed hence, for I heard them say, Let us go to Dothan. And Joseph went after his brethren and found them in Dothan.
Read.
And when they saw him afar off, even before he came near unto them, they conspired against him to slay him.
They did what?
They conspired against him to slay him.
They conspired against him to slay them. All right, let's not lose focus. Stay with me now, right? Because this is a powerful lesson in regards to how the Most High tries the righteous. All right? And again, I know a lot of y'all going through some things right now. The Most High is creating your story, and at the end of that story, guess what? The Most High is going to get all the praise, all the honor, and all the glory. But we're going somewhere right here because Joseph was being tried right here by the Most High God. He went through a series of events that he couldn't even have predicted himself. But let's see what happened. All right, stay with me. Go ahead.
And they said one to another, Behold, this dreamer cometh. Come now, therefore, and let us slay him, and cast him to some pit, and we'll say, Some evil beast has devoured him, and we shall see what will become of his dreams.
You see, so his brothers started getting an evil suspicion, man. All right, they started to want to harm him physically, although this is their blood brethren, right? Out of jealousy, but go ahead.
And Reuben heard it, and he delivered him out of their hands, and said, Let us not kill him.
Reuben said, you know what, man, we can't do that to our brother. That's our little bro, but go ahead.
And Reuben said unto them, Shed no blood, but cast him into this pit that's in the wilderness, and lay no hand upon him, that he might rid him out of their hands, deliver him to his father again.
So Reuben had a plot. He said, you know what? I agree. Let's go ahead and throw him in the pit. We're not going to kill him, though. Just throw him in the pit. But Reuben had an idea. Reuben said, you know what? I'm going to come deliver you and bring you back to Pops. All right? Although he didn't tell that to his brothers, that's what he was thinking. But go ahead.
And it came to pass, when Joseph was come unto his brethren, that they stripped Joseph out of his coat and his coat of many colors that was on him. And they took him and cast him into a pit. And the pit was empty, and there was no water in it.
Continue.
And they sat down to eat bread, and they lifted up their eyes and looked, and behold, a company of Ishmaelites came from Gilead with their camels, bearing spicery and balm and myrrh, going to carry it down to Egypt. And Judah said to his brethren, What profit is it if we slay our brother and conceal his blood?
So Judah, him being one of the brothers, he's like, man, like, all of this, does this even make sense? Seems like he's kind of getting convicted in the spirit, right?
Right.
Conflicted, but go ahead.
Come and let us sell him to the Ishmaelites, and let not our hand be upon him, for he is our brother and our flesh. And his brethren were content.
Right. Look, let's go ahead and sell him, man. We're not going to kill him, man. We can't do that. I couldn't live with myself. I'm sure that's what Judah was thinking at that point, but go ahead.
Then there passed by Midianite merchantmen, and they drew up and lifted Joseph out of the pit, and sold Joseph to the Ishmaelites for 20 pieces of silver.
And they did what?
They sold Joseph for 20 pieces of silver.
Uh-huh.
And they brought Joseph into Egypt.
So Joseph is now in Egypt. He was sold as a slave to the Ishmaelites by his brothers, his blood brethren. But continue.
And Reuben returned unto the pit, and behold, Joseph was not in the pit, and he rent his clothes.
And Reuben came. Remember, Reuben had an idea. He said, you know what? He plotted within himself. He thought amongst himself and said, you know what? When they throw him in the pit, I'm going to come back and get you, and I'm going to take you back home. Right. Well, Reuben comes back to the pit, and he said, dang, he's gone.
Right.
All right? And then he went into a frenzy, so to speak, right? He was mad. He was upset. He was angry because he didn't know what had become of his younger brother Joseph, right, at that point in time. So he started tearing his clothes. But go ahead.
And he returned unto his brethren and said, The child is not, and I, whither shall I go?
Read.
And they took Joseph's coat and killed a kid of the goats and dipped the coat in the blood.
Uh-huh.
And they sent the coat of many colors, and they brought it to their father and said, "This have we found. Know now whether it be thy son's coat or no."
Right. Is this Joseph's coat? Obviously, that was his coat, right? But they didn't understand, how his brothers had, killed the goat and dipped the coat in the blood. Go ahead.
And he knew it, and said, "Is it my son's coat? An evil beast hath devoured him."
Right, but they didn't admit that they did it. But the father, again, is thinking that an evil beast had devoured his son Joseph. So obviously he's thinking now that he's dead. But continue.
Joseph is without a doubt rent into pieces.
Read.
And Jacob rent his clothes and put sackcloth upon his loins and mourned for his son many days.
Read.
And all his sons and all his daughters rose up to comfort him, but he refused to be comforted. And he said, "For I will go down to the grave unto my son mourning." Thus his father wept for him.
Read one more.
And the Midianites sold him to the Egyptians unto Potiphar, an officer of Pharaoh's and captain of the guard.
Right. So we're not going to go through the whole story. We're going to continue reading, but there's more. I can't read every chapter, but I got to make sure that you guys read this at home on your own. The whole lesson, the whole story about Joseph, so you can get an understanding of how the Most High tries the righteous. Another one is Daniel, but right now let's stay focused right here on Joseph. So fast forwarding, even when it was a situation where Joseph was in Potiphar's house, Potiphar's wife tried to tempt Joseph. And I believe she even lied on him and said that he tried to rape her. All right? Everybody remember that? Khan. All right, so now let's fast forward. Let's go to chapter 42. We're only going to read 1 through 8. Go ahead. 42, 1 through 8.
Now when Jacob saw that there was corn in Egypt, Jacob said unto his sons, "Why do you look one upon another?" And he said, "Behold, I have heard that there is corn in Egypt. Get you down thither and buy for us from thence, that we may live and not die."
Read.
And Joseph's 10 brethren went down to buy corn in Egypt. But Benjamin, Joseph's brother, Jacob sent not with his brethren, for he said, "Lest peradventure mischief befall him."
So Benjamin is the second to the youngest, but with Joseph being out the picture, Benjamin is the youngest of the 11. Khan, he said, "You know what? I'm gonna keep him back from going because we don't." That young boy,
They're actually from Israel's the wife he loved the most, which was Rachel. So both Joseph and Benjamin came from that wife. So he had like a precious, feeling for both of them. But Joseph more, obviously.
Khan. So verse 5.
Khan. And the sons of Israel came to buy corn among those that came, for the famine was in the land of Canaan. And Joseph was the governor over the land, and he it was that sold to all the people of the land. And Joseph's brethren came and bowed down themselves before him with their faces to the earth.
And Joseph's brothers came and did what?
And bowed down their faces to the earth.
Before him with their faces to the earth. Y'all remember the dream that we talked about? Khan, and that wasn't the only dream. He had 2 dreams in regards to his family. The first one was specific to his 11 brethren. The second included the mother and the father and his 11 brothers. And then there was a situation even when he went to jail. I think he interpreted a couple visions for one of the prisoners as well. So he's putting in work, all right? Go ahead.
And Joseph saw his brethren, and he knew them, but made himself strange unto them.
Right. Hey, has anybody ever done that before? You know how you be in the mall or, you might be in a swap meet and you see somebody that, at your old church or that you used to go to high school with, and you see them and recognize them, and all of a sudden you just, You know, you don't want to be bothered. You just kind of beeline down the other aisle and get on. If you've done that before, raise your hand. We've all done it. But he said he made himself strange to his brother, like, man, like, because he felt some kind of way, like knowing, like, man, they sold me, like they my brothers, but he was feeling some kind of way, and I can't even blame him at that point. All right? So read 7 again.
He made himself strange unto them and spake roughly unto them. And he said unto them, whence come ye?
Where you coming from? Read.
And they said, from the land of Canaan, to buy food.
So, you know, back to verse 6 at the end, going back to the dream, they literally bowed themselves down before him with their faces to the earth. And that was sort of prophetic in what he was saying to them in the dream, right? It literally happened, right? But even more to come. Read verse 8. Read.
And Joseph knew his brethren, but they knew him not.
Right. They couldn't recognize him, though. Read on.
And Joseph remembered the dreams which he dreamed of them, and said unto them, ye are spies, to see the nakedness of the land ye are come.
Right. Y'all trying to come see what kind of weaknesses and stuff is over here. Like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all are spies. Like, all right. So let me drop off right there. Let's pick up, let's go to 45.
Chapter 45.
Chapter 45.
Got you.
Let's read 1 through 16.
1 through 16. Chapter 45. Then Joseph could not refrain himself before all them that stood by him, and he cried and caused every man to go out from me. And there stood no man with him, while Joseph made himself known unto his brethren.
Right. So at this point, he's making himself known to his brethren, right? And he's providing his brothers and sisters, his brothers and his family with provisions, right? And the scriptures are going to tell us why, but go ahead.
And he wept aloud, and the Egyptians in the house of Pharaoh heard. And Joseph said unto his brethren, I am Joseph. Doth my father yet live?
Hey, he was worried about Pops. He had that same affection, admiration, and love as his Pops had for him. He said, is Pops still alive? Go ahead.
And his brethren could not answer him, for they were troubled at his presence.
They said, man, we left him to die. We threw him in a pit.
Years ago.
Right? We sold him
Decades.
to the Ishmaelites, right? And that's our brother right there. Oh, my God. Read.
And Joseph said unto his brethren, come near to me, I pray you. And they came near. And he said, I am Joseph, your brother, whom ye sold into Egypt.
They had to be shaking in their boots. I know their spirit was off. Like, everything at that point was like, man, like, you know, they didn't know what could befall them. Is he going to get violent with us? Is he going to treat us the same way that we did him? Is he going to, man, he's in power now. All right, but go ahead.
Verse 5. Now therefore be not grieved, nor angry with yourselves, that ye sold me hither. For God did send me before you to preserve life.
See, and here's the thing. In the midst of everything that's going on, while Joseph is being tried, while he's being tested, while he's being proven, right? While he's being scrutinized by the Most High, inspected by the Most High, examined by the Most High, right? He understood the mission. He understood the mission. Read that last part of that verse.
Now therefore be not grieved, my bad, nor angry with yourselves that ye sold me hither. For God did send me before you to preserve life.
He knew why. He said the Most High did this to preserve life.
Makes sense now.
The Most High, yeah, it makes sense now. I'm not even mad at y'all for what y'all did. It's all good. What a spirit. What an understanding. That's what we need to be when the Most High is sending us through what he's sending us through. The beautiful thing out of all of this is the Most High imparted to Joseph the understanding. At one point or another, Joseph didn't even have to pray for it. Oh, why is this happening? Oh, this. Oh, my God. Like, you know, he could have been complaining and moaning and groaning and it was legit, right? But guess what? In the Most High's time, he decided to say, you know what? I'm going to impart to you the wisdom. Here's why you're going through everything that you're going through. Yep. And I hope somebody is listening tonight because the Most High, he's going to do you the same way if you hang in there. But you're being tried, though. And it's of the Most High God. All right? All you got to do is hold on. But go ahead and read the next verse. Verse 6.
For these 2 years hath the famine been in the land, and yet there are 5 years in which there shall neither be earing nor harvest. And God sent me before you to preserve you a posterity in the earth, and to save your lives by a great deliverance.
Ain't that something right there? All praises to the Most High God. All praises to the Most High God. The Most High God, he has the foresight. He already know what's going to happen before we even know what's going to happen. But the question is, do you trust him? That's the question. Do you actually trust the Most High God? That's where we need to get in a place to make sure that we're trusting the Most High God, that your hope is in the Most High God, that all of your eggs is in this one basket. Because the world tells us different. You got to spread it all apart. Make sure you do. Hey, no. The spirit world says different. We're going to trust in the living God, Yahweh, and him alone. And that's it. That's enough right there. All right? That's enough security right there. But go ahead.
So now it was not you that sent me hither, but God. And he hath made me a father to Pharaoh.
Look, he made me a spiritual father to Pharaoh. I'm now counseling and advising and, excuse me, to the leader of Egypt, all right, in a heathen land, right? I'm doing all of these things. He's reminding his brother, hey, it wasn't you, it was the Most High. Read.
And Lord of all his house, and a ruler throughout all the land of Egypt.
Right, I'm running his household. He trusts me, and I'm a ruler in Egypt, all right, up under this man. Go ahead and read. Let's go.
Haste ye and go up to my father and say unto him, Thus saith thy son Joseph, God hath made me Lord of all Egypt. Come down unto me and tarry not.
Read.
And thou shalt dwell in the land of Goshen, and thou shalt be near unto me, thou and thy children and thy children's children, and thy flocks and thy herds, and all that thou hast.
He said the Most High going to preserve us through this famine. The whole time. Don't even worry about it. Y'all going to be close to me. All right? All of this is of the Most High God. Read.
And there will I nourish thee, for yet there are 5 years of famine, lest thou and thy household and all that thou hast come to poverty.
Read.
And behold, your eyes see, and the eyes of my brother Benjamin, that is my mouth that speaketh unto you.
Read.
And ye should tell my father of all my glory in Egypt, and of all that ye have seen, and ye shall haste and bring down my father hither.
Right. He said, go back and tell him. And then I want y'all to double back, everybody, right? The whole family, so the Most High can preserve us. Read on.
And he fell upon his brother Benjamin's neck and wept, and Benjamin wept upon his neck. Moreover, he kissed all his brethren and wept upon them, and after that his brethren talked with him.
Read. One more.
And the fame thereof was heard in Pharaoh's house, saying, Joseph's brethren are come, and it pleased Pharaoh well, and his servants.
You see, man, it's a situation where he has so much favor with the Most High God that the Most High made his enemies his footstool, like the scriptures say, right? It even made Pharaoh happy that he said, man, this family is coming, this guy is coming back with his whole family. I'm with that. Whatever decisions that this young man Joseph is making, I'm with that. I'm with that. I love the counsel. I love the advice. I love the interpretation of dreams. He's a good, righteous young brother. I trust him. Read on. That's all I need, right? That's 16. That's what you want. That's all I need. That's all I need. Now let's go to 50 real quick. Because we can't make this all day, but we're going to get some understanding though, right, y'all? We're going to get some understanding, and we're going to get some more confidence and hope in the Most High God before we leave here tonight. Con? All praises to the Most High God. Clap it up for the Most High. It's okay. It's okay.
That's right.
Somebody need this. There's others that their faith is already strong. Hey, all praises for that. But there are more where their faith is average or weak, and they need this. All right? They need this. Let's go to Genesis 50. And we're going to read 15 through 20.
15 through 20.
God.
And when Joseph's brethren saw that their father was dead, They said, Joseph will peradventure hate us and will certainly requite us all the evil which we did unto him.
Right, because it's a situation where now, Pops is gone. Right. All right? And it's like, man, the brothers are thinking like, man, had we not done what we did to you, maybe Pops wouldn't even be dead. We put a lot of grief on him, right? Because Pops was always worried about you, Joseph. All right, go ahead and read.
And they sent a messenger to Joseph, saying, Thy father did command before he died, saying, So shall ye say unto Joseph, Forgive, I pray thee now, the trespass of thy brethren, and their sin, for they did unto thee evil. And now we pray thee, forgive the trespass of the servants of the God of thy father. And Joseph wept when they spake unto him. And his brethren also went and fell down before his face. And they said, Behold, we be thy servants.
Now, hold on. That verse is big right there again. Because there we go. Back to the initial prophecy that he told them. Y'all going to give me obeisance. Right? Man, here it is again. We already saw it once, but here it is again. Read that again. Slow. Verse 18.
And his brethren also went and fell down before his face, and they said, Behold, we be thy servants.
They fell down before his face and said, We be thy servants. Read on.
And Joseph said unto them, Fear not, for I am in the place of God. For am I not in the place of God? But as for you, ye thought evil against me, but God meant it unto good, to bring to pass, as it is this day, to save much people alive.
See, and here's the kicker. That's the moral of the whole story. Read verse 20 again. All right? Read.
But as for you, ye thought evil against me.
See, so Joseph is speaking to his brethren. He said, look, as for y'all, even though y'all thought it evil against me, you sold me, you wanted to kill me, right? And I went through all of these challenges. Ups and downs. I went to jail. All right? I got accused of rape. All of these things have happened, right? Estranged from the family. Separated from my father. Separated from Benjamin. All my other brethren, right? Going through all of these things. Read.
But God meant it unto good, to bring to pass, as it is this day, to save much people alive.
So in this particular situation, the Most High meant it good unto Joseph to bring to pass, to save much people alive because of the famine. The Most High God sent Joseph through a series of events that we would call bad. Things that if we're not in the spirit, we wouldn't understand. All right? And he went through all of this because the Most High God is a sovereign God. And the Most High God knew what he wanted to do, and he chose the perfect person that was going to have the fortitude, the strength, and everything needed to go through this process, right? He was the perfect man for the job. And the Most High delivered his family, his brethren, and so on and so forth. All right, so we got to understand as we go through our trials and our tribulations, the Most High God has a plan that you may not know about yet. But just wait on the answer. Wait on the Most High to impart the understanding to you. All right? And while you're waiting, make sure that you suffer patiently for righteousness' sake. Just hold on. Don't quit. All right? Don't doubt. Don't fear. Definitely don't try to take yourself out. You're not going to commit suicide. All right? You're not going to hurt yourself. You're going to get it together. You're going to trust in the Most High God. You're going to pray. You're going to read. You're going to attend the feast. And you're going to depend on the brother and the sisterhood. And you're going to be all right. Just hold on. Khan?
That's right.
Oh, praises to the Most High God. For real, for real. Let's get Sirach 27:5 real quick. Go ahead and read.
The furnace proveth the potter's vessels.
Read that again.
The furnace proveth the potter's vessels.
See, the furnace proveth the potter's vessels, right? So it's a situation where if you're dealing with pottery and art and things of this nature, right, you know that certain products, certain creations have to go through a certain temperature to make sure that it's able to withstand the pressure. To make sure that it's able to withstand the pressure. Right. That's what the Most High is doing to us. He's cleaning us up. He's refining us. He's sending us through the fire like gold is tried in the furnace of adversity. That's what we're dealing with, all right? The furnace proveth the potter's vessel, right? Because a strong vessel can withstand the pressure. It can withstand the heat. Right? There's a saying that says, pressure bursts pipes. Well, guess what? The Most High has built us so strong, our foundation is so solid, we're not going to burst and we're not going to fold. We're going to withstand and hold on, like Selah would say, right? That's what we're going to do. The power cord. Khan. Should I continue? Khan. All right, so that's what we're dealing with. So it's a situation. Let me go ahead and read it again. Sirach 27:5. The furnace proveth the potter's vessels. So the trial of man is in his reasoning. The trial of man is in his reasoning. So when we're going through things, right, we have something called a perspective, right? We have something called an outlook, all right? And you can reason within yourself and you can say the glass is either half empty or the glass is half full. What mentality or mindset are you gonna have? One with faith is gonna say it's half full. But one with doubt and fear is going to say, Bishop Banaya, you know what? It's half empty. Why are you saying that, my brother? Why would you say that, my sister? It's all about perspective. It's all about your reasoning, all right? And if you know about anything and you've experienced life long enough, you know that there is always some good that comes out of the so-called bad. Khan? All right? So it's not any different while you're going through your trials and testing and tribulation. All praises to the Most High God. All right? So it's all about perspective or perception. Make sure your mind is right, though. All right? Let's get 1 Peter 4:12. If you're online and you're enjoying the lesson, go ahead and type those 7s in there. If you're online and you're enjoying the words of the Heavenly Father on this Sabbath, go ahead and type some 7s in there. All right? Let's get 1 Peter chapter 4, and let's read 12.
Beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial which is to try you.
Go ahead and read that again.
Beloved.
Beloved.
Think it not strange.
My brothers and sisters, don't think it's strange.
Concerning the fiery trial, which is to try you.
Which is to try you. All right? When the tough get going and the going get tough, the Most High God said, don't start thinking all crazy and strange. It's not a strange thing. These things have to happen. Read on.
As though some strange thing happened unto you.
But do what?
But rejoice.
But do what?
Rejoice.
It says rejoice.
Inasmuch as ye are partakers of Christ's suffering.
See, and that's why you should be rejoicing. Because Christ has been through the same sufferings. He's been through the same things. And so did Paul and many other prophets. All right? And so on and so forth. They went through these same kind of adversities and tribulations. But they stayed the course, though. They did not quit. They did not give up. They did not get weak. They got strong. And what was strong? Was it a physical strength? No, it was a spiritual strength and they put their hope in the Most High God. All right? They didn't lean to their own understanding. They didn't get in their head and start filling their head with doubt. And no, that's not what you do. All right? It says, but rejoice inasmuch as ye are partakers of Christ's sufferings. So that's why you should be rejoicing, because you know what? Man, this happened to Christ. I'm in the same position. How did he do it? Let me try to mimic Christ and do the same thing. I want to overcome it too. You know what? I can do it. Read on.
That when his glory shall be revealed, ye may be glad also with exceeding joy.
See, with exceeding joy and gladness.
The best.
Right? Because the servant is no greater than his master. If the master been through it, the servant got to go through it, right, elder? It make all the sense in the world. All right, this is not rocket science. Let's go to the next one. That's all I need.
Okay, come.
Let's go to Acts 14. So when the Most High decides to test you and prove you, remember, the trial wasn't meant to destroy you. It was meant to build you up, to raise you up, to revive you. You see what I'm saying? That's my name, Banaya. The Most High did that to me, literally. That's why I love that. He rebuilt me. All right? To build, to raise. He raised me up, mama. You see what I'm saying? I love it. And it's for your faith to be strong, though. All right? So let's get Acts 14. Acts 14 and 22. Go ahead, because I made a lot of references about the prophets and the apostles, and they went through the same thing. All right? So let's see. Because we all trying to get a kingdom, right? We're trying to get a reward, and we understand that Yahweh tries the righteous. Let's go see what the scripture says. Read.
Confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith.
Exhorting them to do what?
To continue in the faith.
So I'm exhorting you to continue in the faith right now. I'm letting you know you can do it. Read on.
And that we must through much tribulation.
And that we, through much tribulation, read on.
Enter into the kingdom of God.
You're not going to get the kingdom without going through it. It is what it is, all right? It ain't no easy walk. You're not just finna, tootsie foot into the kingdom and skip into the kingdom like that. All right? You got to go through something. You're going to go through some things, all right? The Most High going to try you, but it's okay. Let's get Zechariah 13. And the Most High, he already let us know. He said, I'm seeking a worthy colony of righteous children to enter into my kingdom. All right? A worthy colony of righteous Israelite children to enter into my kingdom, to inhabit the kingdom, to be rulers and judges in the kingdom. Khan? All praises, right? So we just need to continue on in the good works and make sure that we're perfecting the righteous acts. All right? Zechariah, this is my last scripture. 13. Let me see. What do I want? 13. Give me 8.
And it shall come to pass that in all the lands.
In all the land, read.
Saith the Lord.
No, I said it.
Saith the Lord.
Saith Yahweh. Read on.
2 parts therein shall be cut off and die.
2 parts. You know how to do math. 2/3. Right? 2 out of 3. And so on and so forth. Read on.
But the third shall be left therein.
But the third, which is 1 out of 3, that's the remnant. That's the remnant. Those are going to be the ones who hold on. Those are going to be the ones who endure to the end. Those are going to be the ones who fight the good fight of faith regardless of their circumstances, regardless if things are going good, regardless if things are going bad, regardless if they got a little bit of money, regardless if they got a lot of money, regardless if they got a little bit of family, regardless if they got a lot of family, regardless if they got a little bit of support, regardless if they got a lot of support, regardless of it all, they're going to endure because the Spirit of the Most High is going to be upon them. That's why. Read 9.
9. And I will bring the third part through the fire. And I will refine them as silver is refined. And I will try them as gold is tried.
And I will try them as gold is tried. Read on.
And they shall call on my name.
And they should do what?
Call on my name.
Pity party.
Call on my name.
Lose faith.
Call on my name.
They're going to call on his name. They're going to call on his name. Are you going to call on his name? That's what you need to be doing. Read.
And I will hear them.
And he going to do what?
I will hear them.
Ignore.
Hear them.
He's going to hear you. Read on.
I will say, it is my people.
That's my people.
And they shall say,
What they going to say?
the Lord is my God.
Yahweh is your God. That's all I got for tonight. Happy Sabbath, man.
If it wasn't for the Most High who was on my side, man, ain't no telling where I'd be.
Mr. Wilson with a number.
Can't nobody tell me nothing different. The Father's been good to me.
So good to me.
Yeah. Wave your hands if you feel me. I'm a witness. Yahweh's been good to me.
So good to me.
Every morning that I rise, I thank Yahweh that I'm living. Keep my enemies at bay and never leave.